have reached the last part of our lecture this week. We're going to be going over our midterm. We'll kind of just do a brief overview today, and we'll get into more details next week during our required live class attendance on Tuesday, the 28th of April at noon. So we'll go over it more then. But you'll find the assignment under assignments, week 4. So you're going to see 2 links here. One is for the assignment instructions along with a grading rubric, and the other is an example assignment. First things first, let's go through instructions. So this is called the $1 billion fix. One afternoon, after an eye-opening FYS 207 class, you find yourself in a very slow woo elevator with Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon. You convince him there is no way he could spend all of his billions because it just keeps growing every day, so he should give it away. He is convinced and agrees. He offers you up to $1 billion to fix a problem that you see in the world, but first you must present a brief proposal to him. He gives you 2 weeks to outline how his $1 billion will be spent and why it is important. So that is the backdrop of this assignment. Your $1 billion proposal must include a definition of the problem in your own words. What is the problem? A description of the problem with supporting data. Outline why the problem is important to solve. Cite at least 3 sources with data about the problem. First, you define the problem, and then you describe the problem with data to back it up. Then you have to describe your solutions and the actions that will be taken to solve the problem. Explain how these actions address the problem and the data. Provide a basic cost for your solution. This can be very general. Basically, it's a budget. And I will work with you to give you more guidance. The cost of your solution cannot be greater than $1 billion, but you don't have to use the full billion. And lastly, describe how your solution aligns with 3 of your values taken from week 5's journal entry. So next week, you will be identifying 3 core values you have around money, and that will be part of your midterm. You're going to describe how your solution aligns with 3 of your values around money. So your submission requirements and due dates, you're going to be submitting a rough draft first, and then you'll get feedback from me, and then you'll apply some of that feedback to your final version of your proposal. So the rough draft is due Sunday of week 6, which is May 10th. And then your edited and revised midterm, your final midterm, is due Sunday of week 7, May 17th. It is a 100-point assignment, so this is 10% of your overall grade. This is really important. You'll be graded on what we discussed above: defining the problem, supporting data, your solution, your budget or your basic cost breakdown, your value statement, and applying your revisions. So here's our grading rubric. Please take a look at it before Tuesday. And then lastly, before I let you go, I want to show you the example assignment. I think you'll feel a little bit of relief. It sounds more complex than it is. So here is your proposal to Jeff Bezos, right? You state your problem, and this sample says, Americans without access to personal automobiles are at a disadvantage. The American transportation system is biased towards people with private cars. Cycling is least expensive and a better way to get around. But people don't have access to bikes, right? So the supporting data looks at least 3 sources of information to describe the problem and to identify and support with data why this is a problem. So it talks about it's hard to get to work. without a car. Most people rely on public transportation. It can be difficult to get to medical care, and it may be hard to access food without adequate transportation. So make sure that you outline your data and that you have links and footnotes. So as the instructor, I can see that your data is credible. Then the solution. Bikes are the solution. Giving bikes to people is the solution. Providing bike repair and support for people who have new bikes is the solution. So read through what is being proposed here and then check out the budget. So it looks like this proposal wants primo bikes for low-income folks, right? And that there's going to be staff who need to oversee it. There's going to need to be staff on a regional level. There's going to be supplies for parts, and there's going to be grants afforded to people who maybe set up repair shops. Who knows? But by and large, this is a big budget project, but everything is outlined here, and it is just shy of $1 billion. It is a $969,900,000 project. And then the values that this project addresses are around health, justice, and independence. So, all that said, please take a look at both the instructions and the example. Note down any of your questions. I'm sure there'll be questions. And start thinking about what problem would you want to solve in the world if you had $1 billion of Jeff Bezos' money. I know for me, education is probably up there, providing access to education resources and training resources. Homelessness is an issue that I would love to address, and access to healthy produce, whether you have a home or you don't have a home, or you have money or you don't have money, but access to healthy food. So I'm not sure what the answer is, but I think if I were doing this assignment, if I were in your shoes, I would start there and kind of consider my top 3 and then whittle it down. Anyhow, take a look at this, and I will see you on Tuesday. All right, bye-bye.